Seemingly mild-mannered, Olivia Mausel is considered a warrior of sorts when it comes to historic preservation, which she's worked on for more than 20 years in Holyoke. The City Council recently recognized her efforts with a proclamation, and she joined me in the studio recently to discuss her work.
We moved to this area through the Air Force when Westover was a vibrant, bustling Air Force base, and so we were looking for housing, and we found a nice house in Holyoke.
So when you first came to Holyoke, did you immediately fall in love with the many buildings and historic architecture, or was it something you kind of came to notice over time?
Came to notice over time, right? We found the house we wanted right away, so it was like boom, that's it. We didn't have any idea about school system or work or anything like that. It was like, okay, this will work. Let's start here with the house.
And so you joined the Historical Commission many years, as I said, 20 years on the Historical Commission. Yeah. And the Republican pointed out recently in a story about you that they found you simultaneously easy to talk to and unafraid to butt heads with officials or institutions in your quest to preserve history.
Yes.
You're smiling. Yes. You know, how did you balance those two?
I think it was my years of classroom teaching. You can't always push teenagers. You kind of have to lead them and hope that they'll follow your suggestions. So it was kind of like that for the city. You have to try to show them that this is something they need to do for the city, and this works for the city, and what a development, and to save the city and make it a development that would come back and reward them at the same time. And then be honest, too. I mean, some things you just honestly can't say, well, we're going to have to lose this building because it's too far gone, the roof's in, and that, and then you hopefully you'll win on another issue. So it's a give and take.
Being patient. So one of the things that you're credited with helping to establish was the citywide demolition day ordinance. What do you think the impact has been on the city of having that?
Well, it's a love-hate kind of thing.
Yeah, it was a hard-fought.
It's very difficult because once you put out a delay, then the sides go to opposite corners of the mat, so to speak, because they want what they want. When they own property, they own it. So really, they have a right to do what they want with it. But then you try to convince them that maybe there's a better way. You can reuse the property in a certain way, like this building here. You can see the woodwork and the beams. So things can be restored, and you can have a juxtaposition of modern and up-to-date and historic properties.
I know that's one of the things that you help now with at Holyoke Preservation Trust, Inc., is helping people to understand sort of how to fuse past and present. And I was interested to read that one of the things that you help educate people on is this idea of, preserving what can be preserved, but then also integrating energy efficiencies and things like that. And I don't think that I certainly wouldn't think about historic preservation and energy efficiency in the same sentence. How are you bringing that together?
Well, there's a way that solar panels can go on a roof, and in a kind of a adapted way. You might not necessarily want them on the front of the house, but you can put them off to the side or on another location. Like the mills in Holyoke have a lot of real estate on the roof, so that. They can be used in that sense. In some cases, for instance, when we were in Charleston, they had this beautiful building that had been restored, and it was a bank. But over in the corner, they had left its corner open, and so they could see where the brick lined up with the original brick.
So keeping some of those historic elements.
Right, so it doesn't have to all be,
a peek of the past while you're sitting here in the present.
Right.
And one of the things that I hear challenges developers talking about is, they have this new, fresh idea. They want to come in, tear down a building, and put something up new. For you, how do you help the public, or how do you make the case to the public looking at the value of preserving something from the past, but the practical realities of cost in the present?
Well, hopefully the developer will have some kind of sensitivity to the things of the past and the workmanship and the materials that you can't find today. You could say, well, let's use this real walnut molding over here, and you can reuse that. Even if you tear it down, let's use that material in another location and adapt it.
As you now look at the landscape in Holyoke today, going down Main Street, many, many beautiful historic buildings, but a lot of vacant storefronts. So as you're working in the community, how do you talk to would-be developers about seeing the potential there, but they're looking around and seeing vacant storefronts right or left?
There's just so much you can do. You try and make it economically feasible for them to consider it. And the way the real estate market's been recently, that level has made it economically feasible. There's a lot of homes in Holyoke that are moving now that didn't move before. Right now, it's working our way.
What are you looking forward to about historic preservation in the future in Holyoke?
Well, we're working to bring the Mater Della Rosa Church back online. That's been a big project.
It's been a controversial project too.
Yes, since 2011, since it was closed. And so now it's not a church anymore. It's going to be a community center and a cultural center. So we're looking at that to help that part of town. It used to be a very vibrant and busy part of town, and so we think that the interest and the energy and putting that building back on the market, and caring for it, and cutting the grass and taking care of it and opening it up so people can say, "What's so special about this building?" They'll open the doors and they'll see what a great building it is.
Terrific. Well, congratulations on your honor. Thanks for coming in today.
Thank you.